In ancient Greece, a land of myths and legends where gods and mortals intertwined, there lived a young prince named Hyacinthos. His story, though ancient, continues to echo through the ages. He was the son of King Amyclus, ruler of the mighty city-state of Sparta, a kingdom known for its warriors and stoic discipline. While Sparta valued strength and martial prowess above all else, Hyacinthos was famed not for his physical strength on the battlefield, but for his extraordinary beauty, a beauty that captivated hearts, and for his gentle spirit, a kindness that touched all who knew him. His dark flowing curls framed a face of striking beauty, and his bright intelligent eyes sparkled with warmth and kindness, making him beloved by all the people of Sparta. Hyacinthos was athletic and graceful, skilled in many sports, embodying the ideals of youthful vigor and a joy to his people, a symbol of hope and prosperity for Sparta. Yet what truly set him apart from other mortals was his unique and profound friendship with a god, a bond that defied the natural order. Apollo, the radiant god of music, poetry, light, and the sun, a deity of immense power and beauty. He chose Hyacinthos as his most cherished companion, an honor rarely bestowed upon mortals. The god would often descend from the heights of Mount Olympus, leaving behind his celestial realm, to walk the verdant forests of Sparta alongside the young prince. Together, they shared moments of unrestrained laughter, they exchanged stories both grand and simple, and reveled in the simple pleasures of mortal life, finding joy in the everyday. Apollo played his golden lyre, enchanting Hyacinthos with melodies of divine beauty and power, music that resonated with the very soul. Their bond was admired and celebrated by all who witnessed it, a rare and precious friendship that transcended the boundaries between god and mortal, a testament to the power of connection. Apollo, in his generosity, taught Hyacinthos the art of music. He shared the secrets of prophecy, and imparted ancient wisdom, knowledge that had been accumulated over millennia. In return, Hyacinthos showed Apollo the beauty and simple joys of mortal existence, the fleeting moments of happiness that made life so precious. Their days were filled with laughter, joy, and shared experiences. Their unique friendship served as a beacon of light and hope in Sparta, illuminating the city with its radiant glow. The people of Sparta watched in awe and wonder as the mighty sun god favored their young prince, bestowing upon him his divine attention. It seemed as though their joyful and idyllic days would stretch on forever, an endless summer of happiness and companionship. They were inseparable, two bright souls dancing in the radiant light of Sparta, their destinies intertwined. But such an extraordinary bond, a connection so profound, could not possibly go unnoticed by all. Their closeness inspired not only admiration and wonder, but also envy and resentment in the hearts of others. For in the shadows, lurking unseen, another watched their blossoming friendship with growing resentment. This hidden figure harbored a secret longing for Hyacinthos' affection, a desire that burned with unrequited passion. The story of Hyacinthos and Apollo, once a tale of pure joy and companionship, was now poised to take a fateful and tragic turn, a twist of destiny that would forever alter their lives. In the ancient land of gods and mortals, where the line between the divine and the human was often blurred, it was a world where joy and sorrow, love and loss were eternally intertwined, never truly far apart. The prince's unparalleled beauty and gentle spirit would soon become the focal point of a bitter divine rivalry, a conflict that would have devastating consequences, and the world, both mortal and divine, would forever remember their tragic story, a tale passed down through generations to come. This is the tale of Hyacinthos, the beautiful prince of Sparta, the prince who, against all odds, captured the heart of a god, forging a bond that defied the heavens, and of the extraordinary love that would ultimately change both their destinies forever, leaving an indelible mark on the world. Apollo, the radiant god of music, poetry, and light, found unparalleled joy in the company of Hyacinthos. The young Spartan prince possessed a charm and grace that captivated all who met him, but it was Apollo who felt the deepest connection. So strong was Apollo's affection that he often neglected his divine duties, setting aside the lyre and the sun chariot just to be near him. The celestial spheres could wait, Hyacinthos could not. Their bond was more than mere friendship, it transcended the ordinary. It was a profound love, a deep and abiding affection that brightened both their worlds, casting a golden hue upon their days. Apollo, the mighty sun god, a figure of immense power and influence, cherished every stolen moment, every shared glance, every whispered word with the mortal prince. He reveled in Hyacinthos' laughter, and found solace in his presence. They hunted together in the verdant hills. They played games of strength and skill, their youthful energy filling the air, and they shared stories under the starlit sky. Their laughter, light and carefree, echoed through the valleys, a testament to their unbridled joy. Apollo, with his divine wisdom, told tales of gods and goddesses, of epic battles and timeless love. Hyacinthos, in turn, spoke of the simple beauty and fleeting nature of mortal life, of the joys and sorrows of humanity. Their worlds, seemingly disparate, blended in perfect harmony, creating a symphony of shared experience. But such profound happiness, such radiant joy, inevitably drew attention. And not all who watched admired their extraordinary bond. Some saw it as an affront, a challenge to their own desires. One being, hidden in the shadows, a figure of immense power and unfulfilled longing, felt a sharp, agonizing sting of jealousy, a burning resentment that threatened to consume him. Zephyr, the god of the west wind, a being of gentle breezes and whispering sighs, harbored a secret desire, a deep longing for Hyacinthos' affection. He watched from afar, unseen and unheard, his heart growing heavy with envy, each passing day adding to the burden of his unrequited love. The perfect, untainted joy of Apollo and Hyacinthos, their radiant happiness, became a source of unbearable pain for the wind god, a constant reminder of what he could never have. Zephyr's gentle nature, once characterized by playful gusts and soothing breezes, began to twist and darken, consumed by a bitter cocktail of longing and resentment, a dangerous brew that threatened to unleash chaos. He desperately wished to be the one at Hyacinthos' side, to bask in his warmth and capture his heart, and so the dark seeds of tragedy were sown in the fertile ground of the jealous wind's heart, nurtured by envy and watered by despair. In the complex and often cruel world of gods and mortals, love, in its purest and most corrupted forms, can inspire both breathtaking beauty and devastating destruction. And Zephyr's festering envy, like a gathering storm, would soon set the wheels of fate in motion, leading to a tragedy that would echo through the ages. Zephyr, the west wind, was usually gentle, bringing spring breezes and blooming flowers, but his love for Hyacinthos turned to obsession as he watched the prince with Apollo. Zephyr tried to win Hyacinthos' attention with soft breezes and the scent of flowers, yet Hyacinthos' heart belonged to Apollo. The wind god's gestures went unnoticed, his love unreturned. Rejection darkened Zephyr's spirit, his gentle nature gave way to bitterness. He saw Apollo as a rival who had stolen what he desired most. Zephyr's envy grew into a storm within him. He waited for a chance to separate the two friends. The god of the gentle breeze became a force of jealousy and anger. His longing twisted into a dangerous obsession. Zephyr's love, once pure, now threatened to bring sorrow. The stage was set for a tragic turn. In the world of gods, even the softest wind can become a storm. And Zephyr's storm was about to break. The fate of Hyacinthos hung in the balance. The gentle west wind was ready to unleash his power. One radiant afternoon bathed in the warm glow of the setting sun. Apollo, the radiant god of light and music, and Hyacinthos, a Spartan prince known for his beauty and athleticism, met in the fields for friendly competition. The sky was clear, a brilliant canvas of blue, and spirits were high, buoyed by the joy of companionship and the thrill of the games, and laughter filled the air, echoing through the tranquil meadow as they prepared for their contest. They raced, their feet pounding the earth as they tested their speed and agility. Threw javelins, each striving to outdo the other with displays of strength and skill, and celebrated each other's skill, their rivalry tempered by genuine affection and respect. Their favorite game, the one they both excelled at, was the discus throw, a test of strength and precision demanding both power and finesse to master. Apollo, with divine grace, embodying the perfection of athleticism, sent the discus soaring across the field, a blur against the azure sky. Hyacinthos cheered, his eyes sparkling with anticipation, eager for his turn to showcase his own abilities. He ran to the spot where the discus had landed, lifted the heavy stone, feeling its weight in his hands, and smiled at Apollo, a gesture of camaraderie and affection. The game was pure joy, a celebration of their youth, strength, and friendship, a symbol of their bond, a testament to the deep connection they shared. But they were not alone, their idyllic scene observed by an unwelcome presence. Hidden among the trees, shrouded in shadow, Zephyr watched, his heart consumed by bitterness, his jealousy burning, a consuming fire that threatened to erupt. The sight of their happiness, their easy camaraderie, fueled his anger, twisting his affections into resentment. He saw his chance to interfere, a dark opportunity to shatter their joy and claim what he believed was rightfully his, to disrupt their perfect day, to introduce chaos into their harmonious world. Zephyr's gentle nature, the soft breeze that caressed the flowers, was gone, replaced by a tempestuous rage, replaced by a cruel resolve, a determination to inflict pain and suffering. If he could not have Hyacinthos' love, if his affections were to remain unreturned, he would ensure Apollo could not either, denying them both the happiness he craved. A dark idea formed in the mind of the wind god, a sinister plan fueled by jealousy and despair. The field, once a place of joy and innocent competition, was now the stage for tragedy, a place where love and friendship would be tested by the cruel hand of fate. The moment of fate approached, unseen and inevitable. The discus game, a symbol of their friendship, would change everything, forever altering the course of their lives. The sun shone bright, casting a golden glow upon the scene, but a storm was coming, brewing on the horizon, threatening to engulf them all. Zephyr's jealousy was about to strike, a force as sudden and devastating as a lightning bolt. The lives of god and prince would never be the same, their destinies forever intertwined by this fateful day. The day of games, which began with such promise, would end in sorrow, a tragic tale etched in the annals of mythology. Apollo watched with pride as Hyacinthos prepared to throw the discus. The prince spun, released the stone, and it soared through the sky. Suddenly Zephyr unleashed a fierce gust, twisting the discus's path. The discus veered, striking Hyacinthos with deadly force. He fell, silent and still, blood staining the grass. The joyful game became a nightmare. Apollo rushed to his side, desperate to save him. But even a god's power could not undo the fatal blow. The field fell silent, grief replacing laughter. In an instant, happiness turned to tragedy. Apollo, overwhelmed by grief and rage, knew Zephyr was to blame. He longed for revenge, but sorrow overtook his anger. Holding Hyacinthos, Apollo realized vengeance would not heal his pain. Zephyr, horrified by what he'd done, fled in shame. The west wind had not meant to kill, only to disrupt, but jealousy had led to irreversible loss. The field grew quiet, the sun setting on a day of heartbreak. Apollo wept, cradling his beloved friend. The god of light was lost in darkness. The gentle breeze had brought only sorrow. The world seemed colder, reflecting Apollo's grief. The tragedy of Hyacinthos was complete. Apollo's sorrow was boundless. His divine power could not save Hyacinthos. Tears fell as he mourned the prince, wishing he could join him in death. Immortality felt like a curse, not a gift. Apollo blamed himself, haunted by guilt and loss. He could not bear to let Hyacinthos fade into the underworld. Determined to preserve his memory, Apollo vowed to create a lasting tribute. He would transform his grief into something beautiful. Hyacinthos would not be forgotten. His name and beauty would live on. Apollo's love would become a symbol for all time. From tragedy, he would create hope. The god's promise echoed through the ages. Love and loss would be remembered in a new form. From the blood of Hyacinthos, a new flower emerged. Its deep purple petals bore the prince's name, the hyacinth. Apollo traced the letters AI, AI on its petals, a cry of sorrow. The flower became a living monument to love and grief. Each spring, the hyacinth bloomed, recalling the prince's beauty. The cycle of death and rebirth offered comfort and hope. In Greek myth, such transformations linked mortals to nature. The hyacinth's return each year symbolized renewal. Even in loss, beauty could endure. The story of Hyacinthos became a lesson in remembrance. The flower's bloom was Apollo's eternal lament. Through nature, love and memory survived. The world would never forget the prince or the god who mourned him. The tale of Hyacinthos lived on in myth and ritual. In Amyclae, he was honored as a hero and local deity. The Hyacinthia festival mourned his death, then celebrated his rebirth. Songs of sorrow gave way to games, music, and joy. The festival united grief and hope, loss and renewal. The myth's core remained: love, tragedy, and transformation. Even gods could feel sorrow, and mortals could inspire immortality. The hyacinth flower became a symbol of memory and rebirth. The story taught that beauty and love endure beyond loss. Through ritual, the people of Sparta kept Hyacinthos' memory alive. The legend reflected the eternal cycle of nature and the heart. Love could turn tragedy into something lasting and beautiful. The prince and the sun god's story became timeless. Their bond, immortalized in myth and flower, inspired generations. The legacy of Hyacinthos is a reminder. Love and memory never truly fade.